Germany, quick and surgical. Mexico with the rhythm. France swirling smooth. Look at USA flying. USA scrubbing to glory. That shines gold.
3, 2, 1. And they're off. The Danish athlete quick out of the gate. A smooth S pattern with the canister. Jamaica right on her hip. USA accelerating on the far lane.
Guys, welcome to the program. My name is Joker with a face radio and a voice for print. Beautiful women are on borrowed time now. It's one of those instances, and I've been talking about this for quite a while now, and the AI revolution is adapting and changing very quickly in this landscape. And it has reached the point now where people can't tell what's real or not anymore. This is actually the photo that you see on this thumbnail is the reaction of somebody that was being interviewed on the New York Post when they were told, the woman you're looking at is not real. It's actually an AI image or an AI video. And this is the guy's reaction. Like, oh my, I couldn't even tell. In fact, the vast majority of people can't tell what's real or not anymore. And real models and real actresses are being called AI, even when they're real, because they do a good job with their makeup. This is officially the beginning of the end for Hollywood, women in Hollywood, women in commercials. Now, yes, some actors out there, male actors, are going to be replaced, I'm sure. But the women always got by on their looks, and that's really all they had to them. And they make a lot of money off of their looks, and that's not going to matter much anymore. Women are going to have to jump through a bunch of hoops to prove they're real or not. Before we jump into the main story, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Crypto.com. If you guys know me, I basically built my house on Bitcoin. I purchased it back when it was about $600 a pop, and through the years, I collected more and I sold more, and it allowed me to own my home when it finally went kind of crazy. Let's be clear, cryptocurrency, it's no longer emerging. It's actually here. And this latest move cements that in a really big way. Trump Media just inked a massive $6.4 billion deal with Yorkville Acquisition Corp and Crypto.com, the crypto platform trusted by millions of users worldwide. They're teaming up to scoop up $6.4 billion in CRO, the powerhouse token that fuels fast, low-fee DeFi. Staking rewards and real-world perks like cashback on your spends to establish America's first CRO treasury, Trump Media Group CRO strategy. When it's done, the new company will be the biggest publicly traded CRO holder out there. Want in on the action? Head to Crypto.com today and let's make crypto great again. For more information on the proposed business combination, check out Yorkville Acquisition Corp's public filings. I have an account over there. It is a great site, one of the most popular ones now to trade cryptocurrency. I've reopened my account. I've started dabbling in it again. And if you want to check it out, you can head over to Crypto.com for yourself. So right here from the New York Post, can you tell an AI influencer from a real one? The Post polled Times Square visitors, and the results were not great. Not great for influencers, that is. They say, don't believe your lying eyes. With the incredibly rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, it's getting harder to tell, or more precisely, who is real these days. Sexy influencer Mia Zilu made headlines earlier this month after her stunning snaps from Wimbledon sent fans into a frenzy. The blonde beauty boasts 168,000 followers on Instagram, but there's just one catch. She isn't real. Findings from Getty Images visual GSP research and image testing revealed that 68, so basically 7 out of 10 people, can't tell if an image is AI generated. That other 30% is probably guys like us that are on the internet looking at media and pictures, and we have a taste for a good-looking woman. This highlights the need for clear labeling on AI-generated content, Getty Asia Pacific head of creative Kate Rourke told Stockhead. Why do they want to mandate or force AI labeling on content? Because they know if they don't, the real women are going to be out, and some pimply-faced kid in a basement is going to be making $100,000 a year on Onlyfool because he knows how to use AI modeling. Knowing that, the Post took to Times Square to see if both locals and tourists could tell the difference between real beauties and fakes. We showed each participant 6 different images, 3 snaps of real-life influencers, 3 of computer-generated AI models, asked them which is which. This is a guy named Robert Burke. He's famous for playing his guitar, standing in his tighty-whitey underwear in New York City. And they asked a couple of others, Big Apple resident Quinn Sterner, 23, and they did a large polling. The results were shocking. It turns out it's extremely difficult for people to distinguish between the genuine and computer-generated. Now, this also is affecting Hollywood. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. It's affecting commercials now, and it's affecting social media. We'll jump to that here in just a minute. Not a single person was able to correctly guess all 6. Many failed dismally, showing just how easy it is for software developers to trick even tech-savvy youngsters into believing what they see on a screen is real. This image number 1 is Dina. She's got 172,000 followers on TikTok. She's real, but they use so much makeup, or they use so many filters on themselves now, people think they're AI. Anyway, they say Swedish influencer Dina boasts more than 172,000 followers on TikTok, but she has recently faced AI accusations. She says, let me tell you guys, I'm not AI generated. She insists on a video shared online. She is simply very good at doing makeup. But a majority of the pedestrians the post tested in the pop quiz thought she was designed by an AI tech whiz, citing her use of Photoshop and filters. Number 2, Anita Lopez. This one is not real. You can tell it's a little bit over contrasted, but she has 372,000 followers on Instagram. So here's an AI bot that's got 2 to 3 times more followers than a real person. Here's another one. Inez Trocchia, I guess it is. She's real. She's an Italian model. And it's extremely frustrating, she says, that people think I'm an AI model. It's complete insanity to me. Several people we stopped on the street were also convinced that she looked too good to be true. That's fake, man. That's AI. That's AI, David Gonzalez, 20, told the Post. Queens locals were stunned and interested when she learned she was indeed a real person. Here's another one, Mila Sofia. She's obviously AI. And again, I have an eye for this stuff because I'm interested in it and I look at it. But billed as a 24-year-old virtual girl from Helsinki, Finland, and people thought she was real. Here's another one, Mia Zilu. This one looks real. Ironically, it's AI. So it's not just the Instagram that's decimating these women that are out there trying to make a living on Instagram, because now AI has 2 to 3 times more followers if you have good models. There's this, depending on which thumbnail you saw on YouTube, this is an AI gal named Tilly Norwood, and you can see the Hollywood reaction inside the controversy surrounding AI actress Tilly Norwood. Creators of AI actress Tilly Norwood respond to backlash. First U.S. state to ban AI actors as non-human actor Tilly Norwood faces major backlash from A-listers. So now you've got women in Hollywood that are pissed because they know I'm out of commercials, I'm out of jobs, I'm not going to be able to get anything. Actress Emily Blunt, known for her roles in films like The Devil Wears Prada, Quiet Place, and Oppenheimer, found out about Norwood while recording a podcast with Variety. She says, "Good Lord, we're screwed. That's really, really scary," Blunt told Variety. She says, "Come on, agencies, don't do that. Please stop. Please stop taking away our human connection." I agree, we don't want to lose the human connection, but let's face it, she's also afraid, as an aging actress, as are some of the others, that they're going to lose roles. There's many other actresses out there that were pushing back against it. And Tilly Norwood was slammed by UK Actors Union Equity as an AI tool that's made up of performers' work. Were concerned about where it came from. So now the British Acting Union Equity is also pushing back on this because they say, well, she's not an actress, she's an AI tool, and the industry is going to push back. But there's a problem to this, is not everybody is filming in Hollywood anymore. Not everybody wants to be part of the actors guilds. Now you have content creators out there that are saying, you know what, we're going to film our movies someplace cheaper, like Georgia. Some are filming here in Tennessee. They're not part of the Hollywood actors unions, and so the unions don't have any power over them anymore. She's got her own webpage that is dedicated to it, and now companies are using AI actors and actresses in commercials. And I have some examples at the end of this that we'll talk about, but here's one of them. An AI-generated ads on primetime. Now I'm going to play this at 1 1/4 speed so the YouTube algorithm doesn't get me for taking CNBC's content. Watch it, listen to it, and then listen to how much it cost them to make a full commercial that was on primetime TV.
Indiana gonna win, baby!
We're in Florida asking people what they put their money on! I'm all in on OKC!
Indiana got that dog in them.
So Kelsey tells me that this was made, the full ad is about 30 seconds, end to end, from idea to live in less than 72 hours. And it cost them $2,000 to make. It's so far 10 million impressions. Now, they used Google's new VO3 video generation tool, the same one unveiled last month, to a ton of fanfare and a wave of viral content, and now broadcast TV. And so this is really an early look at how AI could start to disrupt traditional production, with implications for an ad industry built on expensive human-led workflows. Shares of major ad agency companies, they're already under pressure. They took a hit last week after Meta announced plans to fully automate the ad creation by 2026. And this ad from Kelsey, it just shows how fast AI is moving up the value chain.
So now Google's talking about increasing the speed on this and getting it fully up and running in 2026. That's 4 months away now. And they're so realistic. Now, granted, again, you can see that it's not 100% real, but when you can come up with an idea, make a full commercial for $2,000 that gets 10 million impressions, that's a fraction of what you'd pay on YouTube to get 10 million impressions. But when you can make an ad for $2,000 and then pay to put it on national TV in 72 hours, how much money and time and effort are you saving not hiring B-list or C-list actors and setting up film cameras and having to hire audio guys and editors and the post-editing, everything else? It's just pretty much one and done. And if you need something changed, like, well, I want to take it from day to nighttime, you just type it in a prompt. Now they talk about Onlyfools are getting replaced. This is from LAP Progressive. Human influencers are feeling the pressure. With AI influencers on the rise, traditional content creators are facing some stiff competition. Virtual models don't need rest, can be programmed for perfect engagement, and are immune to scandal. For fans, it's increasingly hard to tell the difference, and many don't seem to care. There was a poll that I had pulled up and saved, and unfortunately it got deleted. But the poll said, do you watch spicy content? Do you watch AI spicy content, or would you? Or choice number 3 was, I don't really care. I do watch it, and I don't care if it's real or not. This is the one that surprised me, is that I think 11% said, I don't watch spicy content. And then the other percentages was like 60% said, I don't care either way. And then something like 20% said, oh, I'd only watch the real thing. It was overwhelmingly, guys are like, I don't care. It's visual stimulus. I don't care if it's a computer making the pictures or it's an actual real woman, because either way, I'm not going to be touching her, talking to her. It's just a little something for the spank bank. You know what I'm saying? So guys didn't care. And now Onlyfools are actually struggling with this because more and more AI is out there. This is another example. I'm going to full screen this actually, because I want you to see how far this is going. This is a perfect example. This company, this racetrack, which is just a dirt racetrack out in rural somewhere, this is one of their ads for the racetrack. And this went really viral, being shared hundreds of thousands of times because people were freaking out about it because they thought it was real. I thought it was real when I first scrolled across it. I'm going to turn down the volume because this air cannon can be pretty loud. But let me get my fat head out of the way. And this is what went viral.
Ready?
Fire it.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Lord have mercy.
Okay.
She failed. Ha ha.
Ruby, you're all right?
Get her up. Get her up. She's laughing.
Ready?
Fire it.
Here we go.
Oh
my God.
Ah!
Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Now, we can admit that's near the end, it kind of gets weird, right? Because the AI's, but if you look at the quality of this video, it looks like it's a handheld camera. It looks like it's at the dirt track. It looks like it's got real people that would be at an event like this. And it looks like it really blew her out of her seat. I mean, it's incredible. Let me just mute it. We don't need to hear it again. This looks real. And a lot of people fell for it. I mean, even the guy next to her jumped back in surprise because of the noise and it's getting legitimately frightening and good. Other things, Sora had to ban South Park videos because people were making full fake episodes. They say this is fully AI generated. Again, I'm going to play this at 1 1/4 speed just for copyright, just in case they try to get me. But look at what people are doing with this stuff now. It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Breaking news. Pickleball is the hottest craze sweeping South Park. Residents young and old are flooding courts, wielding tiny paddles and whacking plastic balls like their lives depend on it.
El deporte que está arrasando en South Park se llama pickleball.
Pickleball-a-roo! 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 Pickleball-a-roo!
Dude, this sucks. We've been out here 10 minutes. I'm already bored out of my mind. Pickleball's a lame-ass old people game.
Now, and this is a 3-minute full, I mean, it's not a full episode, but it's a 3-minute demo.
Colorado.
Look, some people put their money in tech stocks. Some people buy gold. I took out a second mortgage and bought pickleball cards, all right? It's called diversifying.
It's a whole episode about pickleballs. It doesn't even exist. This has 2.2 million views, and the original content creator is this guy named RC. He's got 89,000 followers, and he just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna make an AI South Park. Other things. Now, I have to be careful about this now because as a content creator, clips like this are the ones that I used to lead in my videos with, and now you can't tell what's real or not. And there's a lot of them out there that are starting to get closer. Now, you and I, given a couple minutes, you could say, okay, I think that's AI. But remember, we're pretty tied into the internet, or at least most of us are. We're on top of the news. We live on the internet. We don't live on, lamestream news or the rest of this. We're far from being normies, I guess you'd say. But here's another example of another video that went viral, and they even had to add content. This video is AI generated. The Sorrel logo can be seen at the start and at the end.
I want to speak to your manager. And why is that other officer standing so far away from me?
His body cam is on. He's just trying to get you in frame.
Emotional damage.
The emotional damage part is the only thing that's real about this whole thing. Because he's a YouTube content creator. Same with this one. You got Mr. Rogers and George Carlin having a conversation they never had.
You know, Fred, out of all my 7 favorite grown-up words, the one that just sings to me is, well, fuck.
Mm-hmm. That is a very strong
And I have to admit, it is kind of fun to say.
I find this interesting. I find this fascinating. This is like watching the invention of the car. It's watching the spaceship, the Apollo missions, launching and going to the moon. It is the generation of a brand new era for humanity. And I got to tell you, it's also very frightening. I think it's exciting because there are going to be big changes in the way we view media, but it's also, and which can be fun. I mean, at some point, a guy can sit down and say, hey, something, I want to watch some spicy content. And he types in a description of somebody he wants to see, and instantly, boom, you've got the perfect actress, you got the perfect scene. You can now watch your 3 women, a blonde, brunette, and redhead of your choosing, have at it in the bedroom. You can make your own, Star Wars movie with a plot line. Now, we're not there yet, but look how far we've come, where just a year ago, me talking about this stuff, maybe it was a year and a half, they couldn't even get pictures right because the actresses had too many fingers. And now they've got video coming out that is so realistic, people can't tell the difference. In 1 year, where do we go in the next year? Pretty soon, once these servers get spun up, the cost of this stuff will come down. You'll be able to generate much more content. And we're going to start seeing movies, full-length movies or TV shows that are coming out that are going to be the imaginations of the everyday guy. And we're going to be so oversaturated with content that I don't think TV shows are going to exist anymore. I don't think movies will exist because it'll become irrelevant. Hollywood has to push the message. Hollywood has to have their opinions of the world and everything. But there's going to be somebody that comes out that's right-wing, that makes a right-wing movie that makes fun of all the LGHD TV stuff and all the feminism, and it's going to go viral. And maybe there's going to be a new website, something similar to YouTube or Rumble or Locals, that will just be creator content movies. And then instead of, waiting for the crap to trickle out of Hollywood, you'll just go there and you'll look at all the inspired movies and ideas from the average guy. And I think a lot of that will resonate with people. I think this is meaningfully going to be the end of Hollywood because we can already see what's happening with the Hollywood movies. They're not getting nearly the views. The new Tron Ares. Let me pull that up real quick. From Deadline, Tron Ares light cycles under tracking with 44 million U.S. opening projection. That's horrible. Good movies are, 80 to 90 million. And this is really kind of the Hollywood, or one of the Hollywood summer blockbusters that they've been pushing pretty hard. Now, granted, you have F1 and some other movies that were actually really, really good, but Gladiator 2, 55 million. F1 only brought in 57 million, and it's an excellent movie. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, 60 million. And these movies are costing 200, 300, 400 million to make because Hollywood expects too much money and it's too expensive to produce. These movies and these videos that are user created, they cost virtually nothing. Just like this ad we were talking about here. This AI generated ad cost $2,000. So what would a movie cost in AI credits? $20,000? $50,000? If this is 30 seconds, for $2,000, well, what would a movie cost? It'd come in a fraction of what Hollywood comes in. That's why I think all of this is on borrowed time, and we're watching the evolution, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be scary. It's going to be really frightening because I fear a lot of people are going to be out of work. The economy is going to go ass over tea kettle. I think there's going to be a lot more poor people and a few people that are worth trillions of dollars next. And I think overall, I think this is a negative for society. Because when I think back to when I was happiest in life and things were the best, it was actually before the internet. It was when you had real world connections with real people. You had to go down to your local pub or your bowling alley or your dart league or maybe a pool hall, and you sat down and had a beer and watched a sport game or participated in something with somebody. Now everybody's isolated. Everybody just sits on their computers all day and rots their brains surfing away. And that's why we have problems with date. Well, it's one of the reasons why we have problems with dating, problems with relationships, problems with young people not able to get a job because they struggle in an interview by just having a human connection with somebody else. I think in the long term, I think this will be devastatingly bad. But we can't stop it because we're in a place now where either the United States or Europe or China, they're full on gas on the AI training and utilization of AI. And if the United States or Europe says, let's let off the gas a little bit, let's make sure this is safe, let's make sure that we're not ruining the economy, let's take our time at this, they're afraid China is not going to let off the gas, and then China's technology will leapfrog the United States or Europe's, and then everybody will be buying Chinese AI and Chinese products. And then they'll be worried about the safety and security of that. So no one's going to be stepping off the gas. It is just full-blown straight ahead until I think we see the collapse of everything. And that does worry me. But we're not going to stop it. All we can do is try to make the best of it and try to smile as everything collapses. That's the way it seems like it's going for me. Guys, if you like my content, make sure to join me at betterbachelor.locals.com. We have a great community over there where you can just drop $5 a month. Try it once and join the community over there. We watch movies. We do plenty of different events. We've got TV night where we do classic, underrated, nostalgic television. And we also do football games and we watch UFC fights. And then every Saturday night we watch movies and we tip a couple drinks back and we hang out with guys that we have a good community over there. It's very much some friends. There's some good relationships we have over there. And it's behind a $couple paywall to keep the bots out and keep the weirdos out. Although, unfortunately, a couple of them got in. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, come on over, join us. I think you'll like it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.